So, hello everyone. Mondays are my day off, if you didn't know that, and if you care. So, I've had a very chilled day, just doing things that I want to do, just for me. So it's Monday that, just in case anybody cared, and I know people do, because people always ask me how I'm doing, and if I'm quiet or they're like, are you alright? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just taking some time for me. So Monday, April the 6th, compliments are gifts of prosperity. I'm learning to accept them graciously. And it's really interesting because I'd literally said to somebody yesterday, that that's how I got good at receiving through bloody hard work, to be honest. And that is the main way. When somebody asked me like, how did you get good at like receiving anything or like loving yourself like that? And it's you've just got to start with the smallest of things. And in my opinion, this is one of the first things I always say. Like learn to say thank you if somebody says you look nice, or you're wearing a nice jumper, or I like your glasses, or I like your hair. Like, because at first I would be awkward about it, but now usually I just say thank you. You know what I mean? It depends what somebody says. I still get a bit awkward, to be honest, when people leave me huge accolades telling me how I changed their life or saved their life. Like I do, I'm not gonna lie, I do get awkward. But again, that keeps me grounded as well. Do you know what I mean? I just think if you take it in too much, you could get a bit above your station. So, that is my way. But again, I have unconditional love for myself, and my day that is all to myself, as well as my weekend, is a Monday. So, I really do. My wish is for you is that you try and find some sort of time that you can do that for yourself as well. You might not have the luxury of a whole day, but again, I have got that luxury. And even when I haven't, even when I could be like, oh, I need to just get as many clarity calls as I can, or I need to, like, this person needs to have their session now because they want it now. And it's like, no, Mondays are strictly my day, because I do actually meditate with spirit on a Monday night. I either literally sit down and meditate about 7:30, or I usually find whatever I'm doing around that time is some sort of teaching that Spirit are giving me. But arguably, Spirit are always teaching me. My eyes got drawn to the dime at 222 there. But yeah, so I really do feel, that people need to hear that, because in these weird times that we're living in just now, while things are like this, people have got a lot more time on their hands. So, try and just absorb yourself, like in a book or an audio book or a podcast or painting, whatever it is that you love. And I'm a big kind of I'm a big fan of that meme that's going about. I'll try and find it. I always say this, I don't share it, but I'll try and share it. I'll find it and share it. But it's that one that somebody made that was like, if you're not living your dream and following your purpose and getting all this stuff done, then, you're not disciplined or something like that. And then somebody's added an extra bit to be like, if you're not doing any of these things that people are feeling like you need to do, you're doing just fine, because it's a difficult time. Do you know what I mean? And I agree. It's like if you're managing to face your fears and get loads of stuff done, amazing. Like, that is where I'm at. If you're not managing to get a lot of shit done, by the way, that's also where I'm at, that's okay too. You know what I mean? We are living in very unusual times, and I tend to feel the people that are really thriving right now are people that are doing lots of light work, light warriors, wayshowers, whatever you want to call it. People that knew they were preparing for something big, even if you didn't know what that was exactly you're preparing for. Like, we all did have a feeling that we were coming here to do this kind of work, like to help people, to support people through something. But like, and now I know why I spoke about that at the start, but it's very, very important that you also look after yourself in this process. And now I'm obviously going to pull a card that says something like that out of this deck, and I'll just pull one. Oh yes, of course, I drew this for someone last night. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. And I've been saying this a lot lately, that and I just opened it exactly the right page. This is exactly what I do for people. Oh, and I love the blue rose there, the blue rose again, Lexi. But it's kind of like, I love this, because it's basically, that is what I realised quite early on into my journey. And when I looked back at my life, I thought, oh my god, like, it's, all I need to do is say something to someone and they suddenly feel like they can do it. Or like somebody's around me for a little bit, and before you know it, they're flying. And now, because I know how to use that power in an even more powerful way to empower myself and to empower others, it means that basically, like, people can have like literally one call with me, and before you know it, they're setting up their social media to read tarot or oracle cards, or they're becoming a coach, or whatever it was they were meant to do, but they were too scared to do it. It's like, you come along with me and I ignite your light. You know what I mean? And that is literally how I see it. And again, I've got many friends that this happens with. I've got, like, you know, I meet people all the time online and in person that do this too. And again, it's interesting because I do attract certain people that have got very specific characteristics. So it's kind of like, that's why I don't think I do my marketing like anybody else does, because I know that I actually am for everybody, and the people that are for me just find me because they get really, really drawn to me. Anyway, let's read this. So, but I happen to feel we're all activating each other, you know, along the awakening path. But it is just people that went through their dark night of soul ages ago, like myself, and that have just, you know, basically been born to do this healing and to support people through their awakening journey. It definitely activate people in quite a huge way. And again, I can only speak for myself, but I know I've got healer friends that do that too. We're all activating each other in some sort of way. We're all walking each other home and reminding each other who we really are. Right, the blue flame. And remember, it's quite funny that my favourite colour is blue, as we've got the blue card, the blue cloth, blue everything. We've got a blue flower there. Do you know these colours too, actually? Shit, I need to hurry up or I can't put it on the IGTV. These blue and red flowers, this really reminds you of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, and a very twin flamey vibe as we're looking at blue flame. So for whoever that resonates with. Spontaneous awaken, activation, integration time. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Aye, fucking tell me about it. That's how I got the tough teaching from Spirit, because I had to really help myself through it, do you know what I mean, and find a lot of books and audiobooks. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them being treated with tender care. Yeah, or like you're crazy, but if you got tender care, you know, that's great for you. That certainly wasn't my case. My family and friends felt I was going nuts, and a lot of them probably still do, but hiya over there, I'm not going nuts, right? I'm more in the know than you know. If you're, you should maybe listen to me and I could help you, but I will be here for you when you wake up too. Right. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical Kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. This is what happened to me. I had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening, and it was agony. Felt like I was giving birth. Moving on. That's a long story. I'll do a workshop on it one day. Many people, I actually have done it in other groups. Many people glamorise the awakening process. Well, I don't. I was like a gremlin in mine. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. It's totally traumatising too, guys. But on the other side, it's amazing, so don't worry. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how to make sense of the world, which is happening collectively. That's why we're calling it a mass awakening. This isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate. An awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. This is why I say you have to give yourself time and compassion if you're in your dark night of the soul. Because some people are like, oh, I'm in my dark night of the soul, but I need to help other people now. And it's like, nah. Listen, if your dark night of the soul was anything like mine, you're going to need to give yourself a lot of love and unconditional love before you help other people. But again, anyone tuning into this, my feeling is you'll fast track it. Do you know what I mean? I went through mine for years because I had to really know it inside out to help and to teach people. Again, we can only speak from our own experience, in my opinion. If you're in the midst of an awakening, the process never ends. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate extreme changes you're going through. That's totally Virgo moon. I'm talking fast because it's going to end. Oh God, we're on the 6th too, the day of love. So that's interesting. That was mentioned in the twin flames. Basically true love, guys. That's what we're talking about. As we're getting into the full moon of the relationships. I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. And again, I've got awakening support sessions if you would like help with that. Send you lots of love. See you tomorrow.